All right, so we're going into week 12, so that means we're about 3/4 of the way through the year. So I think it's time for us to talk about MVP. I think that every fourth of the year, so every quarter of the year, it's a good time to kind of update the MVP talks. And I think that right now it's a clear leader, right? I think it's Patrick Mahomes. It's not even close. The numbers are insane. He's 27-2. You feel me? 27 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's crazy, right? And the team is 9-1. Now, the real question is anyone from the Steelers, right, a potential MVP? And I don't think so. I think it's with them. I think it's really a team effort. I feel like everyone is doing their part when it comes to getting the record that they have. Everybody is contributing to getting these wins. That defense is holding up and making stops when they need to. The offense is producing when they need to. It's a joint effort. I can't pick one person from the Steelers to do it. But Mike Tomlin is potentially coach of the year. Like, he turned that team around completely. No one was expecting him to have this record. So, major shout out to them. Now, back to MVP. Has it changed? I do think the rankings have changed. A lot of you guys will be y'all would think differently. A lot of people would think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, then Aaron, and then Russ, and then Kyler. I mean, yes, MVP is really the best quarterback of the year for the most part. Like, it's rare for any other position to win MVP. But, I mean, to me, a lot of the other quarterbacks that are on this list have underperformed in some of the big moments in some big games. Like, we just seen that the Seahawks came off a win, but the Cardinals came off a loss, and the Packers have just come off a loss as well. And the Packers have resulted from a loss from, I think it was the Packers just became flat, but I also think it's on Aaron Rodgers as well. But a couple other players I would like to mention that should be mentioned for consideration would be 1, Alvin Kamara, and 2, Derrick Henry. Alvin Kamara has been playing great. You can definitely see that throughout this season he's been the most valuable piece of the offense. Now that everyone's healthy on the offense, I mean, the ball is just going everywhere. But throughout that stretch where Michael Thomas was hurt, Michael Thomas has really only played 4 games. So Alvin Kamara has really stepped it up. Like, he may not have the receiving yards, but the rushing yards, but he definitely has that paired with the receiving yards, and it's crazy. Also, Derrick Henry at this point has already eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark. So he's on pace probably. So we have about 6 games left. He could potentially, if he gets 100 yards per game, he could be well over 1,600 yards for the season. And that's crazy as well. He may even have some monster games that could put him at the 2,000-yard mark. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, right? I just think that they deserve consideration. Like, their teams are playing well as well, and I think Derrick Henry has only had 2 bad games right? 2 games where he hasn't had over 100 rushing yards. So I mean, just looking at what their teams are doing and just looking at the full scope, I think it's clear that at this very moment it's Patrick Mahomes as MVP. But I think the second place race is really wider than we want to acknowledge. I think we can throw a couple running backs in there, and Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry. And you can still toss in Kyler Murray, you can still toss in Russell Wilson, and you can still toss in Aaron Rodgers. I think they're still playing well. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's clear that Patrick Mahomes is the MVP at this point, like most of us believe? Do you think that these running backs should be at least acknowledged for the award? I mean, I could see either Derrick Henry or Alvin Kamara winning Offensive Player of the Year if Patrick Mahomes wins MVP, because they played that good. And it happened last year because Michael Thomas received Offensive Player of the Year, but Lamar Jackson won MVP. I don't know, like, how you separate the two, but I mean, do you see just Patrick winning both, or do you see it being a split somewhere? Let me know what you guys think. Stay blessed.